Hey, this is James Francis from Digital Prosperity. Thank you to everyone who filled out this survey last week that I sent to my list, which was basically asking, hey, can you tell us what sort of content to create for you? So we had a ton of responses, and I actually should have recorded this video a lot sooner, but I've been too busy going through all the responses and creating content based around that. So look out for some awesome stuff over the next few weeks and months and even years as well, because we now have a big master plan of world domination to basically take over the entire industry with some amazing content, some amazing systems and programs and all that kind of stuff as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, in this video, I wanted to basically address the biggest issue which a lot of you guys and girls had that you were telling me about. So here's a great example of this. Now, this person in this actual response that we can see on screen right here is basically saying how to best kickstart my online business so that I can raise operational income to start with. Now, a massive amount of people were asking, I'm totally broke, how do I build my online business? Or how do I basically finance my startup? How do I create an income to be able to build a business? Because you cannot build an online business with zero income, okay? With no money coming in, okay? It takes a lot of work, it takes investment from your part in your future results, right? It's basically putting some money into your business and getting a large amount back out again. So you cannot build a business from scratch, and anybody telling you that you can, turn zero into $10,000 per month is basically trying to sell you something, okay? So try to understand that. So the next logical question is, well, James, I'm on disability, I'm on benefits or something, I'm on state pension or whatever. I don't have a lot of money coming in, and for whatever reason, I can't get a part-time job. Maybe there are no jobs in your area, maybe you don't have a lot of skills or something like that, right? If that is the case, then this video is going to explain exactly how to move forward and actually create an income, quote unquote, from home. I hate the whole phrase of, hey, you too can work from home and earn $1 billion in 2 seconds, because obviously that's not true. But a lot of people in the major countries, such as the UK, Australia, New Zealand, the United States, and everywhere else that can speak English pretty much, and other languages as well, actually work from home as something called a freelancer. Okay, so if you, for whatever reason, can't get a part-time job offline, what you can do is actually get one online. Okay, so let me explain. There are certain websites out there, such as Upwork.com, that's Upwork.com, which used to be Odesk.com, which you may have heard of from my previous videos, and also Freelancer.com as well. Now, these are the two major websites. There used to be Elance.com as well, but that's kind of been absorbed by Odesk and Upwork and all that kind of merger going on, but Upwork.com and Freelancer.com are the biggest ones. Now, what these sites allow you to do are two things. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner and you're scaling and growing your business, you can hire people from all over the world to do tasks for you. But also, on the flip side, you can actually do work for entrepreneurs. And the great thing about this is that you can actually learn on the job from these successful people and incorporate what you learn into your future business, right? So if you are in dire straits, if you are struggling financially and you do still want to create an online business, instead of stretching yourself into more and more debt, a better way of doing that would be to basically work for somebody else online, doing what you already know and what you already do and what you're good at maybe and what skills you already have, and then use that money to invest into your business to grow your business in the long term. Okay, so I'm not saying do this forever. You can if you want to. I know a lot of people who do this on the side just to supplement their online income, but many of these people, including myself, started this way. We basically, when I left university and college, I actually went and did a lot of web design work for people all over the world on what used to be Odesk.com, and I earned a pretty good income from that. And then I moved on to stuff like writing follow-up messages on email sequences, that kind of stuff, for other people. So I learned a lot of stuff from those people, from those businesses and the way they did things. But the great thing about this is that there is something for everyone. You don't necessarily need to have a massive amount of skills available to you or any kind of experience really, because what people are looking for is somebody who does a good job. They don't care whether you've done this for 5 years, 10 years or whatever. If you can show them a sample, or if you can show them basically how good you are at what you do, whatever skills you may have, or even just get the job done satisfactorily, then they basically will hire you. There are lots of people on these sorts of sites who don't know how to write coherently. They don't know how to put together a good resume, how to apply for jobs correctly. They will just copy and paste the same paragraphs to everyone, and they just can't write properly and so on. So it's very easy to get jobs on these sites. So just as an example of how easy it is and how beneficial this is in terms of getting a profit on the side, before we dive into how to do this quickly. My wife currently works as a freelancer on both of these websites. She does a lot of writing work, so she writes blog posts for different companies in all kinds of niches. She writes recipes for food blogs, that kind of stuff, and a lot of other stuff as well. A lot of SEO meta descriptions, writing loads of those, and other similar stuff as well. Also, one of my friendly assistants, Jude, she actually supplements her income because she works for me, and then on the side, she actually works for other people all over the world using these websites as well. So it's a great way of not only supplementing your income, but also creating a full-time income when you're not able to work offline in a traditional job, or maybe you just want to do this your own way instead of having to suck up to a boss. This is kind of the intermediary step between having an offline job when you are sucking up to a boss and working for yourself with an online business. This is kind of the step between those two things, right? So how does this work? Well, you sign up for the website, fill in your profile using your experience so far if you have any, basically upload a profile photo, your name, your details, what you're good at, that kind of stuff. Even if you think that you're not good at anything, there is something here for you. So let's just browse through these categories quickly. If you're quite technically minded, if you're into IT, there's something for you. Web design, mobile design, software development, IT and networking, that kind of stuff. Then there's also data science and analytics. Engineering and architecture. That's a fairly offline thing. Design and creative, so that includes writing stories, which is also in writing as well, but that could be graphic design, it could be all kinds of stuff. Let's have a look. Let's open up a few of these categories. So design and creative, that's not open in a new window, so let me go ahead and do that. Writing as well, translation, legal stuff, admin support. Now this is the easiest job ever. Admin is basically, in the offline world it would be making cups of coffee for people, right? But in the online world it would be stuff like being a VA, a virtual assistant, that kind of stuff. Also, customer service. Can you reply to people who email the company? Basically, yes or no, right? If you can reply to people, if you can write an email, then this is good for you. So let's check out customer service as well. Sales and marketing. There are people out here who are asking for very simple tasks to be done, such as link building, and they give you all the instructions. They just don't want to do this stuff themselves. Accounting and consulting, maybe, that may interest you. Again, you may resonate with some topics that I'm talking about here, but I would really encourage you to have a look for yourself, because this is only just touching the top of the iceberg here. There is so much other stuff on here. There's illustrators wanted here. There's a designer draftsman, to calculate design brick pizza ovens. Pretty interesting, right? A book cover photo, so if you're a photographer, maybe that would be interesting to you. T-shirt design, motion graphics, voiceovers from somebody in Australia. So you don't even need to have any skills, you can literally just do voiceovers. These people are looking for certain accents in their content, right? So they'll give you the script, you just read it and record it, right? There's also some other stuff here, blog writing, Chinese translators, blog writing, the topic is quality control, manufacturing, that kind of stuff. And basically have a look at this for yourself, because there's loads of stuff here. Full-time writers wanted. Also, let's have a look at this other category as well, just quickly. I believe I saw a really cool job here somewhere. Customer service rep needed for phone calls and email follow-up. Live chat operator, estimated budget $5,000. Okay, so if you want to earn a quick $5,000 from being a live chat operator, I'm sure that's over a time period, of course. It's not going to be instant, but that would be awesome if it was. But if you can reply to customers in a nice and friendly way, then go ahead and do that, right? So you're not limited by what you have or what you don't have in life. You're limited by the resourcefulness that you have. So there are opportunities existing right now which are willing to pay you money for just using skills that you may already have or skills which you can learn, okay? So there's no such thing as, I don't have the money, it's I don't have the resourcefulness, I don't have the proactivity to go out there and do this stuff. Okay, so there's no such thing as having no money when there are opportunities like this available. On freelancer.com, there are so many other different categories as well. So let's scroll down here. We have websites, IT and software. You can see all of these different categories here. So you can just have a look through this stuff and see if they are a good fit for you. Mobile phones and computing, writing and content. That's writing blogs, articles, article rewriting, academic writing, business writing, catchphrases, copywriting, ebooks, editing, all sorts of stuff. Publishing, screenwriting, writing PDF documents, design, media and architecture, data entry. Anybody can enter data, right? Anybody can enter data, and engineering and science, and so on and so on. So basically, have a look at this stuff and see if there's something which takes your fancy. You might find something is like, oh wow, I need to do this right now. And there's loads of stuff out there. Okay, so I've waffled on for long enough really now. So go ahead and have a look at this stuff for yourself. I'm getting really excited about this just because this is how I got started in my business. So if you have zero money, if you need some kind of opportunity to fund your online business, that's exactly how you do just that. Also, thanks to everyone for the responses that we've had about what kind of service to create in the future as well. I did give some examples which kind of made things easy for people, and a lot of people just copied and pasted what I'd written in the examples, but that was just like along the lines of XYZ. I didn't mean out of the three that I listed, but a lot of people had some great ideas, and the major one which a lot of people needed help with was advertising. So look out for a service from us coming very, very soon in the next week or two, which is going to be all about setting up your Facebook ads for you, basically setting up a high quality traffic stream which is semi-automated, which allows you to get traffic, high quality leads, and convert those leads into sales and so on. And I'll reveal more information about that over the next few days, next few weeks and so on. But that's our next project. It's basically helping people to get high quality traffic when they may have tried and failed before. Okay, so thanks again to everyone who filled in the survey. Again, I should have probably done this video a lot sooner, but I was just too busy being so immersed in all of the great suggestions that we had and planning out this giant world domination plan. Okay, so look out for more stuff from us over the next few days, weeks, months, years, decades, or whatever, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Leave a comment below this video as well. If you have any kind of comments or questions, feel free to do that, because I read every single comment I receive as well, just like I read every single entry we had for the survey as well. Okay, so thanks again for watching. It's been a pleasure teaching you this stuff. Hopefully you've learned something in this video. If not, then hopefully you've been entertained in some way. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.